Have you ever heard someone say, everything is getting so expensive these days? Maybe even you have said that at the supermarket. Well, you're not imagining things. Prices really do go up over time, and there's one big reason for that. It's called inflation. But don't worry, today we'll break it down very simply and easy to understand. Inflation means your money buys less than it used to. For example, imagine in 1990 you could buy a movie ticket for $4. In 2024, the same ticket costs around $12. That doesn't mean the movie got 3 times better. It means the value of money changed. So if you had saved $100 under your mattress in 1990, it could buy 25 movie tickets. But today, only 8. That's inflation in action. It's like the money stayed the same, but the world around it changed. Let's try something even better. Candy. In the 1990s, you could walk into a corner shop with $1 and leave with a small bag of candy. Lollipops, gum, chocolate bars, the works. In 2025, that same $1 might buy you one candy bar, maybe, if it's on sale. That's the bite inflation takes out of your treat money. Inflation is nothing new. Even thousands of years ago in ancient Rome, emperors started mixing cheaper metals into their silver coins. People noticed and prices for bread and clothes went up. That's one of the first recorded inflations. Jump to the 20th century. In the 1920s, Germany had a massive crisis. After World War I, they printed tons of money to pay off debts. The result? Prices skyrocketed. People needed wheelbarrows full of cash just to buy a loaf of bread. And in the 1970s, many countries experienced high inflation again when oil prices soared. It was called the Great Inflation and lasted nearly a decade. Bottom line, when more money is chasing the same stuff, prices go up. There are 3 main causes of inflation. Think of them like ingredients in a recipe. 1. Demand pull inflation. Too many people want stuff, but there isn't enough to go around. Prices go up, like during Christmas when game consoles suddenly cost $100 more because everyone wants one. 2. Cost push inflation. The cost to make stuff goes up, like fuel, wages, or materials. So companies raise prices to stay in business. 3. Built-in inflation. When workers ask for higher wages because prices are going up, companies raise prices to afford the wages. That causes a loop. And finally, if governments print too much money, it floods the system, making each bill worth less. More money chasing the same pizza? Suddenly, one slice costs double. So what makes inflation rise? High energy or fuel prices? Big government spending, like building highways, airports, railways, or tunnels. Healthcare, social programs, military spending, government bailouts. Big government spending isn't bad by itself. The problem arises when it's not matched by tax revenue, it's financed by printing money, it overstimulates demand in an already constrained supply environment. What also makes inflation go up are low interest rates, it's easy to borrow and spend, and supply chain issues. Remember 2020 toilet paper? And what brings inflation down? Central banks raising interest rates, people buying less, stronger currency, and better production or trade. It's like a hot bath. If it gets too hot, you need cold water, higher interest rates. If it gets too cold, recession, you need to turn up the heat again. Argentina has faced some of the highest inflation globally. Annual inflation was nearly 211% in 2023, slowly easing to around 43.5% in May 2025, but still very high. Prices jump fast. Tomatoes can go from 100 to 150 pesos in a week. That happens because the government prints money to pay for subsidies and salaries, they spend heavily without equal tax revenues, the peso lost value versus the dollar. People expect prices to keep rising and buy fast, fueling more inflation and political instability and rising debt. When people don't trust their money, they rush to buy things now before prices go up again, and that speeds up inflation even more. It's the same story in many countries like Uruguay, Venezuela, or Turkey. When governments print money to pay off debt or keep services running, trust in the currency drops, and that makes everything more expensive. One extreme example, Zimbabwe in the 2000s. They printed so much money that a loaf of bread cost $100 trillion. That's 14 zeros. Even if you don't live in Argentina, inflation still touches your life. It eats away your savings, it makes everyday things cost more, and your paycheck might not stretch as far. Example, if you saved $100 in a jar in 2000, today it buys a lot less. That same jar should have been in a bank account earning interest, or even better, invested. Inflation affects everything: groceries, rent, clothes, saving for the future. If your salary doesn't go up with inflation, you're actually earning less. If you keep money in a jar at home, it's losing value every day. Smart people do this. 1. Invest in assets that grow in value, like stocks, gold, or real estate. 2. Spend smarter and avoid unnecessary debt. 3. Build skills so your income can grow. 4. Diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Even kids can start learning by saving for things that hold value and eventually generate money for you. And adults? Avoid sitting on too much cash. Learn how money works and how you can make money work for you, like you're doing right now. Fun fact, the largest banknote ever printed? 100 quintillion pengu note in Hungary, 1946. It was worth basically nothing by the time it came out. That's inflation for you. Thanks for watching Money Minus the Mystery. Now you understand inflation better than most people on the planet. See you in the next episode.